Hey guys, today we're going to be showcasing a tool designed to streamline employee scheduling in the mining sector. And this tool is specifically tailored to meet the complexities of the Colombian mining union rules. And basically, what that means is for Sunday, they get paid differently between this time and this time. For Sunday night, it's a different pay. If it's a Sunday and it's a holiday, it's a different pay. If it's a Sunday preceded by a holiday, during this window, it's different pay. So essentially, there's a bunch of if then statements in here uh, determining what salary the individual is going to get. And it's all based off of the percentages of their salary. So this tool essentially takes a schedule and then outputs three Excel sheets that the client wanted in that format. And it demonstrates and shows what the employee will get paid. Essentially, this task was taking about 40 hours a month. If you can imagine, you have 200 employees, three shifts, A, B, and C shift, essentially meaning afternoon, morning, and midnight shift. To keep track of all of those miners going in and out, and then what they're going to get paid due to the the increases in salary due to the hours. It was a very complex task for that person, and literally every month the miner would come up and tell him problems with the pay stub. So not only was it cumbersome in terms of the amount of hours it took to do the task, but it was tedious to do the task as well, and you really had to pay attention. It was very prone to human error, and because of that proneness to human error, every month multiple miners every month would have problems with the pay stub, and then that would create another nightmare. And so all in all, this method converted about a 40-hour a month process to a 1-minute process. Really streamlined it. The custom tailored solution that Pathtank developed automates the entire process, and really the client was incredibly happy with the results, and they implemented their solution day one and has experienced smooth operations ever since. So that being said, let's kind of dive in to how it works, simplicity of it, and yeah. So let's first take a look at the schedule here. So essentially, every team has their guys right here, and then over here would be the date, okay, and then here would be the shift that they would work: A, B, C. O means off; they're not working. Okay. So essentially, you do it month by month. That's how they wanted to do it. And then what would need to be produced is let's just pull up my program over here. Just a Python script with a pkinter GUI interface. And all it does is it uses libraries such as openpyxl xlwings to take the data from the schedule and then makes the report. So let's run this bad boy. I'll show you what I mean. So looks like I was already running it. So let's run it again. Okay. So then I'll just drag this over here so you can see. This is kind of the the GUI here. It's just the client's name. And then you go here, pick your month you want, because in Colombia, I mean, there's probably, I think, 16 paid holidays. There's a lot. And if there's a holiday in the middle of the week, say Wednesday, it'll be celebrated that Friday. And so, as you can imagine, if you're working a Friday night shift, which is already a surcharge, and it's a holiday, plus you're going in to a weekend, which is another surcharge, the pay structure can get very tricky very fast. So this is why this was implemented. So then we just go in here and we find the schedule document, which I have conveniently located just here, miner schedule. And then it just says, okay, this is the file you selected. Great. Then these are all the months. So every month, as you saw earlier, this is the month of July, for example. Every month has a schedule or an attendance report, which is far easier to track than the actual hours. Um, and then you take that, take this, feed it into the program. The program will spit out this. I'll show you right now. Said, go to here, July, Julio is July in Spanish, and then generar reporte, generate report. Okay, this just means find the file, encontre el archivo. Nóminas is basically like pay increases, pay surcharges. So as we can see, the file opens up, automatically gets named Julio Nóminas Reporte, okay, whatever the month is. Then it's also going to put in each one of these here. It's going to be putting in here, okay, as well as here. So as you can see, the file is reading in the all the data now from the Excel document into this Excel document that the client wanted. Okay. So wonderful. As you can see, it's tracking if it's a holiday day, if it's a Sunday day, if it's a Sunday night, if it's a holiday at nighttime. Okay. And then depending on the shift as well that's worked, a C shift is only going to have 2 hours of Domingo pay, right? So as I said earlier, it could be pretty tricky. Then, of course, we have our attendance that's reported as well. We have our extra or hours, which in July, nobody was working overtime, but if they were working overtime, it would show up here. Depends on the shift, because if they work 12 hours a day, like certain teams, then they would get different surcharges as well. So then that would show up in this report for this particular team. And then at the nighttime surcharge, as you can see, 5 a.m., 6 a.m., they get an hour. On Sunday or festival pay. Then you got the nighttime pays, got the dates, got the labors. And yeah. So this tool, like I said earlier, it was very useful for the client, saves a lot of time, about 40 hours a month, plus a lot of headaches. It prevented from miners not coming in angry. Hey, you messed up my pay, fix it. That would take longer to be fixed, lower company morale. Obviously, that's going to lower production. So overall, this tool, as you can see, very easy to use. Took about 1 minute, 1 minute and a half to run in exchange of 40 hours of manually inputting. I mean, if you can see, this is a small team. Let me show you again here. This is a small team of only about, let's see, how many guys is this? 18 guys, okay? So 18 guys, imagine doing this for your entire workforce of 200. At the end of the day, every day, you have to manually input this information in, okay? If they work night shift, their attendance, they worked a holiday. These guys the client was manually putting this information in. Obviously, it's prone to human error. I mean, you have their document ID numbers, you have their names, you have their occupation, you have the area of the mine they were working at, all of this, okay? Now, this is all also behind in a database that holds all of the employee information, which is a hidden sheet here. And yeah, now it's just a streamlined process. The client was incredibly happy. They continue to use it to this day. And this is just one of the many ways that, here, I'll bring myself up here. This is just one of the many ways that Pathtank is innovating in the mining industry, and it's making complex, tedious, or manual tasks simpler, more efficient, and above all, autonomous, right? We have the technology, let's use it, let's automate these tasks, let's shy away from human error, and let's come into the future, okay? If you're interested in transforming your operations, streamlining them, making them more efficient, in simple, easy ways, contact us at pathtank.com. put us in a quote. You'll talk to me personally. And that's it, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. Good afternoon, good evening, good night. Have a good one.